Thank you, Mark Goode, you lovely supporting man, for joining me today for the Magical Unicorn Project. And you are here to tell us about the charity you're involved in and what you do to help children in the world.
So what it is the name of it's called Where Angels Play Canada. And it's actually a spin-off of Where Angels Play Foundation out of the United States. And what it is, it's a charitable organization that builds playgrounds for unfortunate children that have had some tragedies in the past. And it started from Sandy Hook, the elementary school where the gunman went in and shot, unfortunately, 20 children and 6 staff. So we were asked to actually go down and build playgrounds. And so we started building playgrounds for each one of the children, unfortunately, that was a victim. And we did them all along the Jersey Shore, because that's obviously where Sandy hurricane hit as well. So we decided to do that. So to date, we've done 50 builds, and I've opened up Where Angels Play Canada now. We did our first one in Canada last June in Orillia, Ontario, and it was for Jacob Noble. And that's a little boy that passed away in the Orillia area. And today we're actually building one right now in Sarasota, Florida, as we speak. And in December, I went to Africa to build our first true international build in Africa.
And so how many years have you been building playgrounds?
So we've had, in Canada, we've had Where Angels Play in Canada for 2 years now. And we've had, Where Angels Play, we've done, like I said, 50 builds in about 5 years. We predicted that it would take us 5 years to do 26 builds, but once we started building, everyone wanted to do more and more, and it got contagious, and kind of got ahead of steam, which was great. And we finished 26 builds in about 2.5 years, so about half the time we expected to build them in.
So how do you fund all of these playgrounds? Because I would imagine they're very expensive to build.
The cost on it is roughly about $125,000 US to build one of these playgrounds. So it's very expensive because the playgrounds are very unique and obviously have to be very, very safe. So a lot of times we're either building it on sand or we're building it on obviously a poured pad, which we obviously put rubber down on. So we raise the money in a number of different ways. We started raising money by doing golf tournaments and things like that, hockey tournaments and stuff like that. So that's how most people raise funds. But then we started getting into charities and doing different things with different corporations and things like that that have money that they will donate. So we do a number of different events for them, corporate events and stuff that we can get fundraising from as well. We have a lot of people just obviously donate to our fund, which is great. We have a GoFundMe account. And we also, Bill Lavin, the founder of Where Angels Play Foundation that started it, he's the original he actually wrote a book, and so they're selling the book, and they sell hats and t-shirts and things like that all online to raise funds as well.
And this is a platinum status charity, which basically means all of the money that people donate actually goes towards building the playgrounds, correct?
Correct. We pay for all our own way. We pay our flights and our food and our hotel and our gas and things like that. So they're all, a lot of them are ex-volunteer firefighters that are helping out. That's kind of the brotherhood, and that's kind of where the catalyst started from it. And it actually started from us playing hockey together. That's the original, how we met each other. And that's basically how it, obviously it started. But yeah, everyone has to pay their own way, and all the money goes towards obviously the foundation. It goes directly towards the builds itself. Well, we wanted to do something to make the world a little bit better. Every day we feel that we're doing a little bit, to contribute to making the world a little bit better. Especially coming from tragedy, we want to make sure that we're doing something there. So it's a great event, and like I said, once you get involved with it, and they're great people that are obviously involved with it, and we're trying to basically help the people that have gone through a tragedy by building a memorial for them and things like that. And we're trying to turn the sadness into goodness, and make it a little bit more bearable for them. So most of the people that we build it for, they basically are so enthused that they can actually go to the playground and see kids playing on it, and they're so happy to see that. Sean Collier's mom goes to the playground, and Sean Collier was the only adult that we've actually built one for. He's actually a police officer shot in the Boston Marathon. So we built one for Sean, and his mom calls all the time thanking us for it, obviously. But she goes there every day, cleans up the park and makes sure everything's, the kids are playing properly, and she's just so enthused that she can actually do that, because obviously this loss of her son was tragic for her, for sure. And this gives her a little bit of, gets her up every day and gets her out and gets her to enjoy life a little bit more.
So what's the plans for expansion in Canada?
So we have a future build in Canada, which is coming up next year for Mikey Davenport. That's another gentleman that lost his son as well. So we're going to be doing that. It's a local businessman in town that we're going to be honoring him and his son in Aurelia. And then we're going to be doing Humboldt out west just contacted me on Sunday before I flew down here. They are looking to possibly do a playground there. And also Florida has contacted us, the school in Florida that contacted, Florida that had unfortunately 17 students shot as well, has contacted us as well. So right now we're getting quite a few requests as the foundation builds. We're getting quite a few requests. Unfortunately, we're limited by money. We don't have enough time to fundraise for every single one on it. So unfortunately, we have to choose one obviously over another, which is very, very difficult. We'd love to be able to do one for everyone, but at this point we can't. So we're really limited by how quickly we can build them based by by the fundraising and things like that. So we're going to be reaching out now. We're starting to bring on corporate companies to help us out. A number of different corporate companies we're in talks with now that have helped us out on certain ones, but we're trying to go nationally with them, which will really expedite how quickly we can do and build the playgrounds for sure.
So each playground is customized for each child that's passed away. So what does that look like? Do you get together with the parents and get the whole lowdown on each child, and what's that look like?
So each playground is customized to that child. So we meet with the parents and sit down with them and figure out what their child's favorite interests are, what they liked, their favorite colors, things like that. And we actually customize the whole playground based on their theme for it. We've done a couple ones. We've done one actually in a New York Giants theme that Jack really loved the New York Giants, and we did the whole theme of the New York Giants. We did another one that was goldfish. She loved goldfish, so we actually designed the whole one according to goldfish. Charlene Bacon, we designed one. She loved butterflies, pink and purple, so the whole playground was pink and purple with butterflies. So we've customized the playgrounds, and going through, and as we kind of evolve from one to the other, we actually started getting pictures that the actual children have drawn themselves, and making them into the panels. So we were the first company in the world to do that, where we actually took pictures from the child that child drew from their bedrooms and actually made it and superimposed them right inside of the panels. So it's really that child's playground, and it's their spirit that lives on, obviously in this playground. And it's very unique. We have a ceremony with the parents where we raise our flag, Where Angels Play flag on the actual playground. We have their handprints and a little special saying from the parents to the child, and we do a special ceremony for that. So recently we've made a challenge coin that we've been actually putting in there as well. With that, originally when we first started doing the Canadian one, we started raising the Canadian flags, and I started putting a toonie in the cement of every single playground that we actually did, just to put a little bit of Canada in these playgrounds. Yeah, so it's definitely unique, and we try to make it very special for the family and very special for that child. So we don't want to just make generic ones. It's really customized to that child. So
that is so amazing.
yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah. Everybody at the build also wears a picture of the child that we're building it for, to remember why we're doing this build. So that lets everyone know, why you're working 16 hours with no pay, through the rain and cold and things like that. So we have a picture of every child that we do the build for. Everybody wears that during the build, and that kind of reminds them why they're there.
And are girls allowed to build playgrounds too?
So yeah, we have a lot of women do the builds. Actually, they're some of the hardest workers, and they're very organized. And Mary Kate Lavin is actually Bill Lavin's daughter, which is actually our director of Where Angels Play Foundation. And Kathy Lavin, which is Bill's wife, actually organizes and helps out as well. So we have a lot of volunteer firefighters that help out. We have regular firefighters that are actually working on the job. We have police officers. We have people from all walks of life that are actually helping out on each event for it. But yeah, the women are very strong in Where Angels Play.
What are some of the challenges you experience when you're building playgrounds?
Because actually all of the land is donated, we obviously have to work with the cities and municipalities and states and things like that to obviously borrow the land to build it on, and then we actually turn over the actual playground back to the municipalities. So in a lot of cases, the municipalities it's a win for them because they're getting a free playground built for them at no cost.
Right.
So a lot of the municipalities are very very appreciative of it and lined up asking us to come build for them because it's saving their taxpayers thousands and thousands of dollars for us to go and build that. So because there's no labor, no materials, no cost to them at all. So it's a win-win for the municipalities, and it's a win-win for obviously the family. They get a memorial dedicated obviously to them and their families for it. But and then also the local people, they get a win because they get a brand new playground that they can come and enjoy and play on. And a lot of times obviously it's updated playgrounds, so they're getting to play on some very unique playgrounds out there for sure.
How big is your team?
The team actually varies. So we have a lot of volunteers that will actually come in the local area that want to sign up, and they'll come in and help us out, and they'll be raking fiber or shoveling sand or mixing cement with us and things like that. Our core group of team is about 30 people, men and women, and then we will actually expand up to 150 depending on how many people actually show up to the events. We want to make sure that the local people are part of the event and that they can help out and they can get in there and get their hands dirty and be part of it. And a lot of them really want to jump in and help out for sure.
So if someone wanted to support this charity, what's the best way to do that?
There's a number of ways they can contact us. Obviously, they can contact me directly, obviously, at our office, which is Where Angels Play Canada. They can go to our GoFundMe account, Where Angels Play Canada, Fund Me account as well. And they can go online to our website, Where Angels Play Canada as well. And we're selling a number of different, shirts and hats and T-shirts and books and things like that they can support. A lot of them will actually, obviously donate money, which is great. And a lot of times when we do local builds, a lot of people will actually donate directly to the build. They'll donate water or food or things like that. So a lot of them will actually send supplies to us that we can actually use on further builds as well.